Now to the annual Shonky Awards, and this year there are some shockers.
I love this one. Consumer Group Choice has named and shamed companies making big promises which it says have not delivered. Choice CEO Alan Kirkland joins us now to go through the top 5. Alan, OK, let's start with a healthy snack for kids making the list. Why?
This is the Kittylicious strawberry fruit wriggles. Now, it's a product that is dressed up as being healthy for toddlers. It even looks a little bit like it should be healthy because it's a bit ugly, right? Like some of those fruit strips. But when we looked at it, it claims to be made with real fruit, but it is 68% sugar, and that's more sugar content than what you'll find in something like an Allen's lolly snake.
Wow.
That's like most juices.
Yeah. Next we have the Breville food cycler. Oh, we're all going green, aren't we? What's wrong with it?
Well, lots of us want to go green. This is a benchtop appliance. What it does is munch up all of your food scraps. It turns them into these eco chips, so you have less food waste in your bin. The problem is, A, it's really expensive. It costs about $500. You've got to spend about $300 a year just to keep it running. And it creates lots of waste because it's got heaps of disposable parts that you have to keep replacing and throwing into landfill.
Oh, OK. Well, it's not good, is it? Now, Hum is a buy now, pay later service. Why is it on the Shonky list?
Well, when we looked at buy now, pay later services recently, Hum really stood out. The reason being that Hum lends up to $30,000 for things like swimming pools and solar panels, cosmetic surgery, and it's been designed in a way that gets around the laws that regulate credit cards and personal loans. That means they don't have to check whether you can afford to repay a debt before they lend you money, and lots of people are getting into trouble with Hum.
OK. But lots of buy now, pay laters don't check credit credentials, do they?
They've been specifically designed not to have to, designed in a way that gets around the credit law, but often they'll actually be much more expensive than, say, a credit card.
Yep.
Interesting. Now, what's wrong with these knockoff bladeless fans?
So these are some fans that we bought through Kogan, but in fact you can buy exactly the same fan with a different label at a range of other retailers. When our testers tested them in the Choice labs, they initially thought there was something wrong with our equipment because they couldn't measure any significant air movement. And we tested them again. It turns out the problem is with the fans, not with our equipment. So, you know, if you buy something like this, you might think it looks nice, but it's not going to keep you cool on a hot day.
OK, a fan that doesn't fan, that's a beauty. And the last Shonky goes to an advocate, which doesn't actually advocate.
Well, that's right. A lot of people over the last year have had flights that they've booked that were cancelled, and they've had to fight to get refunds. So we looked at how the system works. There's this body called the Airline Customer Advocate that makes you think they might stand up for you and help you get your refund rights. But they don't. Basically, all they do is send your complaint onto the airline and leave it to you to fight it out from there. So they're really just a fancy email forwarding service, certainly not an advocate.
Oh, gee, they're good / bad. So thank you for bringing our attention to them.
It's a pleasure. We love the Choice Shonky Awards and happy to warn people not to buy.
Yeah,
Too right. We love it. All right, thanks, Alan.